Oh my God. You're not freezing. Okay, but I was freezing. It's kept spinning on my side, and now I'm on my phone. So I'm going to turn this off and see about the phone. The problem with it is I don't see the comments. Oh my God. There it is. Comment on there. Okay, good. I'm going to close this out. We're going to go with phone. Because good thing you guys can't read my mind. Because holy cow, the F-bombs getting dropped when it was not working was, yeah. Like, it's okay. It's going to work. I'm somehow, I'm going to figure this out. Because this is bullshit. So, let me see here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, lovelies. Just breathe for a minute. Because it is very, very frustrating to me. And is that really bright up there? I can turn it off. Let me know if that's super bright. Because I can see it in the camera. All right. Whew. It's fine. Okay, good. Thank you very much. All right, so sometimes I don't know what the topic is, so I pulled this deck out. Otherworld, and there were actually 4 cards that came out. I took the top one. This is the card. It's a wise man card. And if you look at him, he's very ancient and very old in his wisdom. So you can hear me okay too, because I don't even have my headset in here. I wasn't planning the phone because it wasn't working the last time I tried it. So, phew. Now I know I can do the phone. We'll just skip the whole computer thing. I don't know why. It does it on Zoom. It's a brand new computer, so I don't really know why. But anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. I am here. I'm bringing focus. And then the next card. So this wise man, let me talk about this first. You can see he's very ancient. He's very ancient. You see all the stuff that he's got on him. This is lifetimes. Lifetimes. This is $20. Thanks. I don't know what to do with that. Lifetimes of wisdom that the wise man has been carrying. This is a masculine, so it's a balance of the divine masculine and feminine. And allowing, so you see the light here. So allowing ourselves, it's got a candle leading the way. 100% Jesus. The wise man is 100% Jesus. For some people it is, yes. Oh, I got a whole light glare from my light over there, yeah. So you see the light that he's holding and carrying. Because that's where, when we allow ourselves to get out of here and take our experience of our lifetimes, he's very ancient, and allow the light to lead us. We allow our heart to lead us. That's where the light that we shine. And then, so here's the balance. Here's the second card that came out. Here's the goddess. So while it's not God and goddess, it's the balance of the divine feminine masculine. That's what's going on. And then we have, hold on, let me listen here. When we're listening and remembering that we are the divine, we are an extension of the divine, and we tap into both sides of the masculine feminine, we walk in balance. And then there's some that when we we're not out of balance. There's times when we allow the more masculine or the more feminine to lead, depending on what we're doing. So like in my relationship, when my husband is leading, I just step back and I follow. So there's the masculine. And then when I'm leading from the heart, divine feminine, he steps back and allows me to lead. And sometimes it's in each of us, the masculine will lead, that we receive information in the feminine way, and then we allow the masculine to take the action. Interesting. Okay. So there's the goddess, and then there's the birth. These four, I mean, I barely shuffled and these four came out. So yeah, so here's the birth. There are many at this point. This reminds me of the Green Man. When you see the images of the Green Man, that's what that reminds me of. Do I have the glare on it? There we go. Hello, everybody. And then Amazon. So the Amazon, it feels like we're touching all the layers. The wild, the being birthed. As we've been moving through this energy, holy smokes, it's been a ride. Yes, and many of us are. I was having a conversation with someone, and they thought one of their family members had or has dementia, Alzheimer's, one of the memory things, and she's like, I'm afraid I'm getting that. I'm forgetting everything. I'm forgetting things, names, blah blah blah. You know, the forgetful. And it's part of our ascension as we're clearing out old deep layers. We're forgetting things. It'll come back, but we're clearing out the old stuff, and then the memory comes through clear, remembering people's names, things like that, like where you're going. But we're changing timelines and dimensions really fast, and the old in our memories cannot keep up. And so they're clearing. So if you're having some of that, it's all good. You're right where you're supposed to be. There are other symptoms showing up. I've had an odd, weird thing that I have not had before, and it was from hip flexor to my knee. Like, this is so bizarre. I've had many different symptoms, but this is not one of them. so just paying attention to what the attachment is. Because legs are all about how we walk through life. So how am I walking through my life? Am I walking through it gracefully, or am I struggling? Sometimes it's both. I've been told most of my life, from very young, that I'm very wise. I'm old soul, much wiser for my years. And for many of us, it's learning and remembering to trust it. Trusting our wisdom. We come in, we're highly sensitive, we're empathic, and we're not taught to trust ourselves. We're not taught to be creative and to tap into our own energy field. We're often shut down, as you all know, for too much of something. Somebody actually said that to me. You're just too whatever. And I was like, thanks. Because great. I'm not going to disown that anymore. I'm too whatever it is. And if you don't like it, I don't really care. I'm not here anymore to be that people pleaser so that you can feel comfortable. Don't like it? Don't come around. Don't hang out. I don't care. It's just not going to be my thing anymore, because it was for a lot of my life. And so it's taken me a lot of years, as a lot of us know, to learn how to trust ourselves, to trust the energy that we read, to trust our intuition. That's very soft sometimes, and sometimes it's very loud. I'm cleaning my glasses. So we're building those muscles. And the energy right now is pushing deep, deep, deep layers to the surface. Where have you been complacent? Where have you been complacent on your journey? Where have you allowed things to be okay that once you realized they weren't working and weren't okay, you still didn't say nothing? Because it wasn't that bad, or it wasn't that hard, or oh, we've already set it up that way. Oh, it's okay, it's not a big deal. And then it comes out sideways. Happened for me. That's why I'm sharing it. Because I know it's happening for others. Whatever I'm experiencing, I know others are experiencing it. I allowed my boundaries to get muddy. I enabled some things. And then when the right button got pushed, or touched, because that deep stuff's coming out, it comes out sideways. I act like an asshole. That's what I mean by that. Because I didn't say anything. So if you're noticing places where your boundaries have gotten muddy, or you've allowed things to be okay in your life that really are not okay, or maybe you're just realizing those deeper layers that that's not working for you, say it. Have a conversation so that it doesn't have to come out sideways and make a mess. Which, when it made a mess, it brought up some other deep layers of some very old people-pleasing kind of behaviors. I want to go in and fix it all and make it all okay now. And Spirit kept saying, no, don't do that. Let it be. You said your part. That's it. I made my apologies. But I couldn't, it's not my place anymore. It's not effective to go in then and try to smooth it all out and let it make it okay without dealing with the underlying stuff. Because that's all that's about. Let me just put some salve over it, not deal with the real issue or talk about it. How many of y'all do that? I have been the pretzel a lot of my life, so it's not a thing to do anymore. It doesn't work. It doesn't serve my life. It doesn't serve you. I'm listening for where to go. Well, you have any questions? I can see that there's some people here. What are your questions? Boundaries crossed. Is it a question or a statement? It was very subtle. The boundaries were very subtle, and it were things that I was like, well, you know, we're friends. It's okay. It's not a big deal. And it was. It wasn't a win-win for both of us. It was something for them and not for me. It wasn't working for me. Generally, if it's not working for me and it's not working for you, it's not working for them either. The only thing that's working for them is they get to keep having the benefit of us selling ourselves out. Ooh, I caught him that time. Huh. Well, another set of 4. From, was that a question, Mel? From this deck, Healing Spirits. Gordon Smith. First one, be calm and keep going. So being calm, right? Being calm in ourselves and keep going. We clean it up as we go. So the thing is, as soon as you realize that it's not working, speak it. Even if it's just to yourself. Sometimes it's not about addressing the other person. It's where do I need to adjust me so that I'm aligned in me. And if there is a conversation, then you have the conversation as soon as possible. Sometimes the conversation goes like this. Spirit, create the space. so that I'm not trying to control the snot out of it. Just create the space. People intentionally crossing the boundaries. So that's something that, where is it muddy in you? So when it's all about us. It's all about us and our energy. When I'm not clear and someone crosses my boundaries and I say nothing, that's me. It has nothing to do with them. Because when we're clear, our energy speaks really loud. When we're, well, sometimes even when we are clear and they're just people, create a star space. So, you know, it's, okay, hold on. There are some people that only hear. They can only hear the words because they're just oblivious. But there's something in us that matches them. Not about being oblivious, but about not being clear in our own space and our own energy. When we get really clear in our space, there are times I don't say a word. I just got clear, like, that's not working. Boom. Because when I say it's not working, we look at our energy and we clear the energy. And we get clear in our own selves where our boundary is. Sometimes there are no words. It just happens. Because it's a respect that people feel in our space. When I am muddy, then it's muddy. The other person doesn't know because I didn't say anything. And when I realized it, I did the habitual dismiss it. Oh, it's okay. It's not really a big deal. It's not that big of a deal. But it became a big deal. And then it came out sideways. And then it was really uncomfortable. Because then it's sideways and now I want to fix it. So it's those deep, deep layers. That's what's coming up. When there have been people that even when I'm clear in my energy, they're just oblivious. They are. They just don't have a clue. And they still do what they do. And that's when I speak up. When we were in Hawaii, I went on a cruise with my mom and my aunt and uncle. And we rented a person in their van to drive us around and show us around. Well, we still had some time left, and my mom and my aunt and uncle were done. And I asked him to show me around to some of the places that aren't tourist attractions. And he was probably around my age. And we'd been conversing with him. So I knew he had a girlfriend. You know, he lived on the island. He liked what he does. And then when we're all by ourselves, he's like, oh, I just like to have fun and blah, blah, blah. And I went, let's be really clear here. I have a husband and I'm not here to have fun with you. I didn't say those exact words, but something to that effect. He went and got on his phone. He let me go do whatever where he parked and went and got on his phone. I was like, it's awfully presumptive that I would, because we paid him and now it's just me and him, that I would, what am I going to do? Have sex with you in your van? Stop. Right? So sometimes it's that. All right. Spirit healers and helpers are with you. This one is number 10. Be calm and keep going. That's new beginnings. So the keep going part is don't quit before the miracle happens. Stay your course. Oh gosh. Sometimes it just feels exhausting. And the closer we are to the shift, the big shifts that are happening and the breakthroughs as we're clearing the old, the harder it tries to hold on. It's like a leech in our brain. It's trying to hold on to the old and what's comfortable and familiar. So keep going. Don't quit when you get to the finish line, because it gets louder and louder. I'm speaking literally from my own recent experience. It got louder and louder, and I had to wake up and go, I'm done. I'm just done. What's going on here? And I'm just exhausted of this whole mental chatter going on constantly. And I would work through that, and then tomorrow would be the same stuff. And yesterday, day before yesterday, I started feeling some real significant shifting, and then because I kept walking through those feelings and feeling them and writing them, I kept moving through it. I kept going. Now I wake up yesterday and I just feel quiet. And then today I just feel quiet. Like, wow, my brain's not clamoring because the ego thinks it's going to die. When we're doing this and we're transforming and this is all unknown new territory, the ego thinks it's going to die. The mind. The thing that makes up our personality. And it does not want to die. It's simply going to shift where the heart is leading and it's not the mind being the master. And that's a dance sometimes. And so the closer we get to some big breakthrough that we've been working on for a while, the harder it's clamping down for fear of dying. And all it's dying is the old version. The survivalist that's got us here. And there's many, many layers. It's not a one and done. It'd be great if it was. For some people it might be. It's not been that for me. Spirit healers and helpers are with you. So yes, as we're moving through this stuff, call on your guides. Call on your helpers. Call on them to help you, to guide you, to show you, to give you a sign. They're with us all the time. It's so amazing. It's just so amazing. All right, so that's 10, 11, 12. Oh, these are all together. Interesting. Okay. 10, 11, 12. Consecutive. And then a number 27. So 12 is all as well. See all the green, little bits of yellow. All the green is a lot of healing. You see the red and the yellow and the orange. So it's like, if you look at like the chakras, you're looking at the root, sacral, solar plexus, and then the green is the heart. So all is well. And then you have the light here. It's all perfect. It's all divine timing. I always forget to ask for help, right? We're used to doing it alone. We're used to trying to figure it out on our own. It's what we know. It's what we've been taught. And to be very goal-oriented and to be very productive and do all those things. Sometimes we need a little guidance to know that we're on the right path. To ask for a sign. Most of us see lots of numbers these days. The consecutive numbers. Then your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. Number 27. And you can see, I'll let you just see it. See the connections? The energy in the middle that looks like a person, and then the connection to other people. And then you have some here that are peripheral. And it's purple. Purple and white. When we continue, we keep going, we remember it's all divine timing. It's in the universe, is always in our favor. Life is happening for us, not to us. There's no victims here. We are not a victim of circumstance or life. We are creating it. Sometimes it's our unconscious stuff. We pre-pave with our unconscious. When we become conscious, we learn to consciously pave the path. When we're learning how to consciously create, there's a lot of old stuff that comes up because we've been pre-paving it very unconsciously with our thoughts our repetitive thoughts, our habits, our patterns. And then we wonder, why is it not working? I keep doing something different. But if we haven't truly shifted to become conscious and live in a space of feeling instead of head, it doesn't really change. Might change a little bit. And then we go right back to the habit and what's familiar. Because the mind wants to be safe. We're moving into, so there's a big split between where we've been in an old timeline and moving into a new timeline. The mind is like, no, I want to be where it's familiar and comfortable. No, we're headed. The soul's going over here. Are you going to come along or not? The mind's not leaving. It's just changing. But it doesn't know that because all the mind has is our experience. It's like the computer hard drive. It's programmed with whatever we put in it. We can take some of the software out and put new software. Same as the brain. We've not learned or been taught. We're learning now how to listen here. How to listen to the heart, how to listen to your soul, how to let it lead you instead of trying to figure it all out in your head. Becoming the wise person. I'll say the wise person. Becoming the wise person. Trusting what you know. Trusting what your intuition, what your guidance is. I had this mentor some years ago who would say to me, ask for 3 signs. Ask your helpers for 3 signs. And I would say, give me a 2x4 because I can be pretty thick. So I don't need those today. But when you're seeing something, like you've heard something, you've heard the title of a book 3 times, or you've heard some phrase, like the next 3 days or the next week, you hear something, pay attention to those things. Those are the tells. That's what's telling you. Oh, you need to read this book. Oh, this is the path. Oh, this is the person. Paying attention to that. Takes commitment. Commitment to yourself to remember who you are and why you're here. Who you are is the heart and soul. Why you're here is to remember that you're divine. Extension. We're an extension of the divine. Anybody else? Good questions. This is the deck I got, the light codes. To wrap it all together. So I can get ready for the next one. Oh, I don't have it in here. I was like, I could put it in here. Can I do it on my... Let me do it on the computer. At the top of the hour, I'll have a session. So pay your own price, $5 minimum, called Recalibrate and Rise. And it's recalibrating your energy to move you into your original blueprint. To help you remember. 2 cards. I got 2 this time. Return to source reality. Embrace the gift of physical incarnation. The second one, let me show you this one first. This is 59. So here's this. Return to source reality. That's what we're just talking about. Come back to the soul, listening to the heart. Instead of allowing the mind to run the show constantly and trying to figure it all out all the time and doing it by ourselves, all the things that we've been patterned and taught. And then this one is the toroidal tree. Explore pathways of light, branches to roots, ideas made manifest. So getting back to the ancient part of yourself, past the programs and the patterns and the NAA. Being mindful about how I speak of that. So coming back to our original, which is when we knew we were an extension of the divine and we remembered. So we're coming back to the remembering. Coming full circle and doing it in new ways. And come here to struggle and to just survive. All right, lovelies. Any questions? I'm looking at these, see if there's any more. Any questions? Okay, now that I know I can use my phone, game on. I'll be gone next week. Am I going to be able to do this? I'll figure it out. I'll be out of the state. So figure it out. And I'll post it to let you know. All right. Well, let me see how to end this on the phone. I have no idea. There's an X in the corner. Is that how we turn it off? It's first time on my phone. Let me see if I can pull it up on my computer. YouTube. I'll put the link in the comments. If you would be interested in signing up and joining us. Otherwise you get to keep it. It's yours to keep. You don't have to be there live if you're not available. Energy's energy. So when you can listen to it or re-listen to it, whatever it is for you, then you still get the energy. You still get the recalibration. Okay. Yeah, it came up as Wednesday wisdom. Interesting. It's coming up. It's populating. I'm going to put well, let me do it. Maybe. I'm looking to see that. Open the panel. All right, lovelies. I'm going to put that in here as soon as it comes up here, and I don't want to hold you here waiting for me to do that. So have a fabulous weekend. I will see some of you in about 20 minutes. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Let me see if I can end this, and then I'll put the link in here so if you are interested in joining. Let's see, there it is. Huh. It did it. Enter. There we go. Yay, me. Figuring some things out. All right. Thanks for the hearts. All right, lovelies. I will see you here sometime next week. I'll post it I'll create a post in YouTube to let you know when and the time and all that stuff. Have a beautiful weekend. Namaste. Is that how you do it? Yes, stop streaming.